14. Bingo! The months before we know it, this month will be gone, and like I say, can't believe it. Time just moves so quickly. So what's been happening here at totallyvocals.com? If you're one of our on-site full access people, you've probably been watching the evolution of the harmony course and seeing the advanced voice course getting close to wrapping it up. Again, I like taking my time and thinking things out and really looking over the whole course before I do the wrap up. And I think I have a few more clips that are of great value, that will be of great value to pull all of this together, all of those scale patterns and sounds that you're learning in the advanced voice course, vocalizing to. I'm going to show you how to start to do some R&B and different styles and licks using those scale patterns before I wrap up the advanced voice course. Now on the harmony course, we are, as of today, up to step 20 in the harmony course. Step 19 is just working on holding the fifth to minor chords, and step 20 is random chords, meaning I gave you some exercises for you to practice me randomly hitting chords in different places, both major and minor, and asking you in a random kind of a way to sing the root, the third, or the fifth. A little more difficult, a little more challenging than anything that you've done up to this point, but get good at that, and you're nice and sharp and ready for what I've really been getting you prepared for in relationship to the harmony course, and that is holding on to your parts, hearing the difference between the major and the minor chords, and then finally really singing melody lines, and even talking about the organization of melody lines, bringing in songs with all kinds of harmonies, some great songs. I'm looking forward to it. Actually, behind the scenes, I have been working on those songs, both myself and with other singers. And so that's the exciting thing that's coming, that you'll see in the harmony course, and just even in other places here on the on totallyvocals.com. So be ready for that. Meanwhile, learn how to hold your part. So as far as the musical tip of the week is concerned, we're going to do that little magic thing where I change angles with the camera so I can get to my keyboard and discuss a little more. I still want to discuss a little bit more about vibrato and demonstrate a little bit with some exercises that I suggest for helping any of you solve your vibrato problems. So let's do that right now. And bam, here I am, right? Okay, let's get into vibrato, and for now people on the website who have access to the course, of course it's much more in depth, but let me just give a little definition for everybody right now. Basically, a layman's term of what's going on with vibrato is that it's two notes that are sort of fluctuating back and forth. Not quite, but close. It's not so much that it's going see when you hear that? And you might say, well, that's that going a lot faster. Sort of, but it's kind of an increment in between. It's not truly modulating the full pitch. Although different people are different, and maybe some people's vibratos truly do. But it's safe to say that it's a couple of fluctuating tones. Now, as far as how we get there, all kinds of theories, but at this point in time, we're starting to understand that the whole voice box, the whole cage of the voice box that's surrounding the vocal cords, moves in a way. It's sort of like tremors, but it's very light. It's inside the chord. It's not so much that you feel your Adam's apple going boo 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 boo, but you can touch your Adam's apple and of course feel the vibration. And when things are balanced the right way, and when the air comes through the right way, and when muscles that are involved in swallowing and in your neck and the tension are not involved, it's easier to produce vibrato. So the production of vibrato is really the result of all of the muscles and all of the air being balanced the right way, and the muscles being in the right position so they're not fighting each other. Whenever they do, that's when you have more problems and tightness in the throat. The other thing that can happen is that everybody, almost everybody I ever work with doesn't believe it, but they all push too hard. Everybody pushes too hard. When you start to really listen to somebody sing a song, it's so different than what you think. I could point out a million different examples. Here's a weird example. YouTube this. YouTube Cat Stevens singing Morning Has Broken. That's a very, very old song from a long, long time ago. Everybody thinks whenever I hear somebody sing that song that's not Cat Stevens, they always end up singing it much stronger than Cat Stevens was. But if you listen to how he actually sang that song, and really listen to it, you'll be amazed at how light he really was singing, and he really didn't change it much through the whole song. Little example of understanding that people, and it was a gigantic hit, so just a little understanding how pushing or not pushing gives you such a different vocal effect. Not pushing is certainly going to help you discover your vibrato. Once you get into having a better vibrato, it's a little easier for you to sing it with more power. But even the power isn't what you think. It's resonance and chord compression that creates power, not somebody yelling through their throat. Also, it's got to work for all the vowel combinations. And when I say vowel combinations, I'm talking about oo, o, e, and a. Those are the different sustaining vowel sounds that you can put consonants in front of to start to really study the whole language and all the different shapes that your voice box is going to go into when you're vocalizing the various sounds. So, example, if I'm singing ooh, oh, e, I, ooh, oh, I, that's the same note, but it certainly sounds different. And the reason why it sounds different again is because the vocal tract and the shape, both the shape of your larynx and the vocal tract is opening and closing as I pronounce these different sounds. It's also harder or easier to sing with vibrato on some of these sounds than others. Once you have it balanced, you can sing through all of the sounds. But it's always easier in the beginning to take a particular sound. I like to use an oo to start with because it's more narrow. So in other words, if I'm going ooh, oh, ah, ee, ah, ooh, O is much wider than oo. E is a little bit more closed. Ah is most open. And we, teachers, vocal instructors, we use these different vowel sounds to teach different things in voice. So I'm saying sing easy and light. Take a note in a comfortable range, male or female. Just find a place, ladies, there maybe or here, somewhere that's comfortable for you. I like always singing on the C's just because it's a reference point for me musically. So if I take this ooh, I go ooh, and notice I'm not going ooh, I'm not doing that. Even though my vibrato came in and all, that's because it's automatic for me. But if you're having problems, you're probably going to get a better result if you take a nice breath, get your support together. Support just means a nice low breath with nothing getting in the way of your breathing. Everything expands and you go. But you don't have to overfill yourself because that can create problems too and too much air pressure. But go, ooh, and just sing easy. Ooh, and see if you can find a little movement on something that gentle. Try to put a little bit more energy to it. Ooh. And can you hold a note? Ooh. And then release. Ooh. And let your vibrato come in naturally. Ooh. Now maybe that narrow ooh actually won't help you. Try an ah. Drop the jaw, keep everything relaxed, open the throat in the back. Sing more on a lower tone than an upper tone. Ah, nice and easy like that again. Ah, and just let the sound come in gently instead of trying to make it too big at first. ah, ooh, oh, ah, e, ah, a. Now I went through the combination of the vowels, oo, o, e, and a. Try each one and see if any one particular shape helps you a little more than the others. You want to find success in something and then piggyback that feeling into the other sounds that give you more difficulty. Now, I'm on limited time in relationship to doing something here on the weekly wrap-up and what I can do here, but let me give you just one other thought besides what we've already talked about here, and that is to take a 1-octave range, like so, and it doesn't matter, again, wherever your voice classification is, male or female voice, and I want you to practice just going up and down. I use this siren idea for learning how to deactivate the pressure in your throat, but deactivating the pressure in your throat is another way of starting to get things to balance out right, which may cause your vibrato to come in. So, ooh, ooh. And as I pull back a little bit, bingo, in it comes. Can I put it up on top? Yes, because I know what it feels like. Ooh. There I'm holding it with a lot more support, but that's because I know what it really feels like. I have the muscle memory in my body, and then I can reinforce it with more power. Trying to reinforce it with too much power in the beginning sometimes can cause problems. So again, we're looking for anything that will take tension away or air pressure, bulked air pressure underneath the cord away. Another little thought, and you can do that and try it with the various different vowels. You do it with an oo, with an o, an e, an and a. And again, whichever, maybe some will work better for you than others, and some will no doubt be harder. But give that a try as well. Hey, I've got to go. I will look forward to discussing this and more ideas next week in the wrap-up, so see you then.